Hey guys, Adam Lane Smith here, and I want to ask you something. I bet you want some solid male friendship, right? The sort that they used to write sagas about. Beowulf had his best friend Brekka. Gilgamesh had Enkidu. David had Jonathan. Male friendships have been celebrated since the dawn of time because they're an incredible thing. They make life so rich. They are so valuable to everybody involved. But for male friendship to flourish, you've got to communicate in the right ways, or other men are not going to be able to relate to you, or to connect with you, or even trust you. So let me ask you a second question. This one might hurt a little bit more. Are you acting like a woman when you speak? Meaning dropping hints and things like that. Because I'm going to be honest with you, dropping hints has never worked for any woman. If you open any Cosmopolitan magazine, you're going to see lists of complaints about how hinting does not work, guys. And it's not going to work for you either. If it hasn't worked for them for thousands of years, you're out of luck. So let's dissect what that actually means and how you're going to master masculine communication to build legendary friendships, because you cannot do it without these communication tips. I'm Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist. I've been training in relationships and psychology for 15 years now. I have programmed people to communicate better. I work with people directly to build those skills. I will show you what you're missing here today. Now, authentic men need direct, clear, masculine communication in order to be friends with you. If you don't have that, they will not communicate with you. They won't understand what you're doing. You're going to completely miss these friendships and lose out on incredible connections. So today, you're going to learn practical communication tips inside this video to make excellent male friendships happen so that you can build a friendship that the bards will write songs about. So let's get right into it. So let's just address the big, smelly, ugly elephant in the room, guys. Men are taught female communication today on purpose. There's a reason that most men out there don't know how to communicate like men, okay? Why are men taught female communication, though? Number one, it keeps them safe. Because as a little child, they can get their needs met. A lot of guys are being raised without fathers or with emotionally absent fathers, physically absent fathers. Learning to communicate with the women around you in their way makes men feel safe. But it keeps you trapped as a little boy because you never learn to communicate to men like a man. Okay? Communicating like a female makes you palatable for women. Makes you palatable for women, right? Open up, watch a Hallmark film. Watch how the men talk in the Hallmark film. It's not a clear, direct communication. It's a lot of talk about feelings and asking about feelings. Very, very different. Not that there's things wrong with that, but it's not necessarily masculine communication. There's a lot of hinting going on. There's a lot of guessing and trying to pick up on clues. Men don't do that, guys. Men, you'll pick up on clues if you're on a murder mystery, but other than that, no, men will be blind to everything. And because we're focusing on other things instead. The male brain isn't designed to be constantly tracking for clues. It's designed to be clear and objective and to solve direct problems right in front of it. Just the way the male brain works. But to be palatable to women, meets their emotional needs, connects with them, makes them feel good, makes them feel important. But unfortunately, then it makes them view you as a child who's taking care of them. It makes you view you as a child who's submissive to them. Not attractive, you guys. And it keeps men docile. Okay, this communication keeps men docile by constantly asking permission to breathe, by constantly trying to observe other people's needs, by never sharing your needs. It keeps you very docile. We do not want that for you, okay? Do not communicate like a docile, housebroken male. That is not who you are. Let's just be clear. Men are not meant to communicate or to live that way. We are not meant to be housebroken. We are not meant to be afraid. We are not meant to be appeasing. We are not meant to be overly agreeable and to live our life that way. This is reflected in the way that a lot of men speak. Okay? I'm afraid to say what I want, so I'll ask questions around it and hint and be creative in how I don't say it. That's not how men are supposed to communicate. Okay? So instead of allowing your fears to dictate how you speak, it is time to communicate like a man, a mature, secure man, so that others can hear you and respect you. So there is a gigantic divide between real men, meaning secure and mature men, and fake men, meaning artificial, but maybe meaning juvenile or childish boys, right? Mature, secure men, childish boys. Secure masculinity, juvenile masculinity. Real men, fake men. Huge divide. Now, if you come to a real, authentic, secure, masculine man, he's not going to speak to you like a drill sergeant necessarily. That would be the absolute extreme version of overly masculine language. But he's not going to speak to you that way. He will expect you to tell him exactly what you want, exactly what you're thinking, exactly what the problems are, so that he can solve them. Okay? Clear, direct, honest. If you come to him and don't give him that, his brain will either treat you like a child, or his brain will treat you as a dishonest threat. Why is this person being dishonest? What are they trying to secretly get from me? Why can't they just ask? Are they unstable? Are they not to be trusted? Okay? Roundabout communication is untrustworthy when it comes to men, because the only people who use it are ones who are trying to trick you or evade something. Men today are trained to speak to other men in a way that makes them all think everybody else is secretly out to get them or secretly evading them. Put this another way. Modern industrialized male communication is taught to us in a way that makes us distrust each other just by speaking to each other. So today, I'm going to teach you Adam Lane Smith's guide to masculine communication. Okay, it's going to be really simple, as we men tend to be. It's going to be very simple, very clear. The first element of it is directness. Being direct. I want this. Let's do that. Here's what I think. Here's what I need. What do you need? How can I help you? What is your question? Okay, really clear example of this all the time. In my private community, the attachment circle, people come in, they're not certain, they're uncomfortable, they don't know how direct they can be. They've never been in a place where they could be direct before. So they pop on our weekly Zoom calls and they talk to me and they'll start kind of telling me a story about how they're feeling. And then they stop, they trail off, and then they just look at me. And I say, what's your question? And they kind of, their eyes go wide like they've done something wrong. And I just say, no, it's okay. Just what's your question? And they sputter out a question. And I clearly and directly answer it. And then I say, did you get what you needed from that answer? And they say yes or no. Very clear, very solution focused. Okay, this evolved in men back in the day when we were hunting and fighting, right? With little pointy sticks. You go there, I'll go there, we'll kill this tiger, then we'll survive. Well, I'm thinking kind of, what if I go over that direction? What if you go over there? I mean, how do you feel about, is it okay? Could you maybe think about going? I mean, you can go wherever you want. And then the tiger eats you both. Okay? No. You go there. I'm going there. You stab the tiger. I'll stab the tiger. We'll kill him. We'll eat him. Life will be good. Clear, direct. Indirect men died. Direct men survived. Direct men fed their kids. Indirect men formed committees that also got eaten by tigers. Okay? Died. Sorry, they're dead. It's just how it works. Direct communication kept us alive, and it still solves problems today. Directness is male communication point number one. Number two, assuming that no implications will ever be understood by anybody. If you have implied something, nobody else is under any requirements whatsoever to ever understand or follow through on anything you have implied. If you imply something and don't get it, it is your fault. Do not ever imply anything. Oh man, would be nice to get lunch today. And then you're angry later when someone doesn't bring you lunch. No. Hey, I need some help today. I'm not going to have time to go get my own lunch. Could I please impose upon you today to get me some lunch? If you need something in return, I'll happy to pay back that favor whenever. But today I really need some help. Can you do that for me? Clear and direct. Okay? Not being a jerk. Clear and direct. It's also about making your desires clear. Okay, a lot of men don't do this. You've all heard about chore play, doing the dishes, trying to get your wife in the mood by removing obstacles, right? Doing nice things for her, hoping she'll reciprocate. Doesn't really work. I'm sorry, guys. It just doesn't really work, especially as marriage wears on. Then she just stops trusting any good thing you do for her. So single guys out there who hear about how sex dies in marriage, actually the research shows that married people have more sex than anybody else, any demographic. But single guys out there who are afraid of marriage drying up and dying that way, make your desires clear. Hey, I could really use this. Can you help me with that? Hey, I like you. Would you like to go on a second date? Hey, I've seen you in here a few times. Would you like to be my friend? Hey, can we go to coffee sometime? I'd love to get to know you better. Make your desires clear. This is incredibly important in dating. Women don't trust men who can't make their desires clear. Okay? If you can't make your desires clear, you may as well not date. May as well just live in a cave alone with maybe with some squirrels. Squirrels are okay with indirect communication, you guys, but not women, and frankly, not men. Women don't respect men for communicating like women, even though it makes you palatable. It makes you safe and cozy and docile, but they don't actually respect you or desire you. So make your desires clear if you want to be desired. Masculine communication. Point number 4, request things confidently. Now, you heard me a moment ago. Hey, you know what? I'm going to have a really hard day today. I cannot go out and get myself lunch. I'm going to be really hungry. Can I please impose upon you? Is that all right for you to get me some lunch today while you're getting your own lunch? Okay? I'd really appreciate that. I'd be glad to pay the favor back to you in the future if you have something that you need. Being clear and confident that the other person is not a horrendous jerk who's going to say, screw you, I don't care about you. Or use it against you and weaponize your desires against you. There's a lot of men out there treating every person in the world like a sociopath and acting like you're the only good person on this planet who would ever do something kind for another person. Stop and think functionally about your life right now if that's how you're living. Do you act as though nobody else will ever do a single shred of kindness for you without using it against you or resenting you? You are treating everybody else like a sociopath. Request more confidently, especially people you have a relationship with. Give them some benefit of the doubt. Now, this feeds right into point number 5. Trust the other person to have a spine, to say no if they mean no. Now, I know modern era, they're talking about, have like 17,000 points of consent for every conversation you have with a person, right? And I'm not saying skip through and just pretend someone's not saying no or don't let them say no. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you're going to say, hey, are you comfortable picking me up lunch today? I could really use this favor. A lot of people, well, they'll do it, but they won't like it. They'll do it, but they'll hate me. They'll do it, but it'll ruin everything. Trust other people to have a spine. Especially men, okay? You could check a little more with women if you want to make sure that they're comfortable and that they aren't being clear. But men, trust other men to have a spine or to grow one. Or tell them, it's okay to say no, but I would like this and this would really help me. Are you comfortable doing this? Let their no mean no and their yes mean yes, right? Trust them. Just lay out the expectation that that's what you want. Again, clearly, directly, making your desire clear, confidently, and assuming that no implications will be understood. Hey, I'm going to ask you for things from time to time. You're welcome to ask me for things. Let's make sure we're saying yes and no when appropriate. That's the one thing I want from you. How clear and direct was that? Was that me being a horrible jerk to you? No, that was me giving you permission to tell me no. Guys, what this does, right? It fosters respect. It fosters clearer relationships. It fosters status because your status goes up. People trust you. They don't have to guess what you're thinking. They can tell because you just tell them, hey, this is how I'm feeling. It's so clear. It makes people relax. Okay. Here's some big ones that I've heard men say. You need more examples, right? Here's some big ones that you can just do. Okay? Being more direct. Friendship. Let's talk about that, okay? You're watching this because it's a male loneliness video. Friendship. Hey, I've seen you around here a lot. I would love to get to know you better because you seem pretty cool. Hey, I've seen you around here a lot. Would you like to grab some coffee and get to know each other? Hey, I've seen you do that move a few times and you're really good at it. Are you comfortable showing me some of that? Because I would love to learn better. Assuming no implications will be understood. Hey, I could, it's going to be a long week. I could, if you want to spend time together later this week or something, that's fine. Hey, it's going to be a long week. I'm going to be stressed out. I would really love if we could spend some time together. That would make me feel better. Do you have some time to spend together later this week or even earlier this week? Making desire clear. Hey, honey, if you're ever in the mood, I'm here. Hey, sweetheart, it's been a few days. I really miss you. I could really use some connection with you and some intimacy. Do you have time for that later? If so, how can we make that work? Requesting confidently. Hey, if you guys, if you get a minute, think about, if it's not too much problem, could you do this? Would that be okay? Is there a problem with that? Hey, guys, I need some help over here. If you have a minute, can you help me? I'd appreciate it. Trusting the other person to have a spine. We did this with the lunch, right? Hey, I need this. Can you do this for me? I'm happy to pay back the favor. And then communicating, especially here with respect, status, and relationships. Communicate. What's a good way to put this? Some people deserve different kind of communication from you. Elders, wise people, right? Hard workers. They deserve different communication. Showing them respect, being aware of status, being aware of relationships. Maybe communicating patiently to the people who are maybe below you, your child that you're taking care of, an employee, a trainee, an apprentice, whatever it is, communicating more patiently to them. Okay? Masculine communication tailors itself to the relationship and status of the two individuals. Be aware of this. This is a whole art in and of itself, but men have perfected this throughout the ages. Be aware of that. Give respect for the relationships and the status involved. Now, guys, I cannot stress to you how awful it is when men out there are not communicating this way. Okay? When a man comes to me and tries to talk to me and he's communicating the other ways, it actually frustrates me. I feel like this surge of it's like, yeah, it's a bad taste in your mouth. And I sort of just wait and I just pause and I take a breath and I wait for him to get through his rambling because I know it's useless. It's useless information. And then he'll get to the end and I wait for him to finish and I say, okay, what do you want? And I drive them to be more clear and direct. Because I cannot sort through all the implications and the testing and the guessing and the hinting and the softness. I can't. I just can't. Sorry, it's just not in me very well, right? I can spend the time to do that for a child. I can spend the time to do that for a woman whose communication is usually different, okay? Not my wife. She's very clear and direct, thank God. But I can spend the time to do that, but not for men. Not for men, you guys. You need to communicate clearly because it makes you noticeable. I will tell you, the number of men who come up to me who are clear and direct, shake my hand and say, hi, Adam, it's nice to meet you. I'd like to talk to you about X. Do you have a moment? Yeah, I do. Actually, for you. You're already interesting to me. Okay, clear and direct, respectable, trustworthy. He's going to tell me straightforward how it is. I don't have to fight and put up my guard. I can just have an honest conversation with you. It sets you so far apart from other men, you guys, when you do this. If you do this on a date, it sets you so far apart from the guys who walk in. Hey, we're going to have fun. I hope you're going to have a good time. Hope you're not too bad. Hope I'm not too ugly for you. Hope you're fun. Is this okay? Is that right? Hey, how you doing? Nice to talk to you. This is going to be a good date. I'm looking forward to this. I was looking forward to meeting you. Let's have some good conversation. At the end of this, let's see how we feel. Maybe we'll have a second date. What do you think? Clear, direct, charismatic. Charismatic is not the feminine communication in a man. Charismatic is very masculine communication in a man. And you're so clear and direct that you can then make a couple of jokes. You can then play a little bit with it because you're so clear and direct, the communication will not be lost. Charisma, almost impossible from a man with female communication. Charisma from a man with direct male communication, it's almost impossible not to have, to be honest with you. You fall right in a line. You love it. You respect it. I respect it. So guys out there, if you're going to talk to me, clear and direct. It's my ask to you. Be clear and direct. Okay? I'm assuming that you have a spine and that you can say no. No, Adam, I'd rather not be clear and direct. No, Adam, I can't be clear and direct yet. I'm not quite sure how, but I'm learning. That itself would be clear and direct. Adam, apologize. I'm not going to be as clear and direct as you probably like, but that's just where I'm at right now. I am learning. Please have patience with me and please correct me anywhere that I'm not clear and direct. Fantastic. I now respect this man for stepping up to the plate and for knowing his limitations. Okay? This goes back all the way. Evolutionary process. It goes all the way back to when we were hunting together. If I was assembling a hunting party, am I going to take the guy who's over in the corner mumbling about feelings and dropping hints, or am I going to take the guy who is clear and direct on that hunt with me? Well, one of them will get us eaten by a tiger. The other one is actually going to help me accomplish the goal. Be clear and direct if you want to get taken on the hunt, you guys. So, this is going to make you feel, oh man, when you practice it at first, you're going to feel like a jerk, but then you're going to notice that people love it about you. Then you're going to feel clear and direct. Then you're going to stop obsessing over how you sound. You're going to be much more confident. You're going to get your needs met. People will respond to you differently. You will directly communicate and be the man that you want to be. It's not about being a jerk. It's about being clear and honest. This will make other men want to be your friend. Circle this back. Male friendship. You cannot have male friendships until you do this. You won't even be able to form the friendship. And you won't respect each other if you're both communicating this way like women. This will benefit you because people will want to be around you. And you will have friends. You will finally be respected. This increases male friendship and the chances of it and maintaining it by making it so clear what everybody wants. Okay? Do this. And this is going to benefit your sanity because you'll finally get all your needs met. You won't be playing games. You won't be guessing. And you won't be trying to figure out in the shower for an hour what you're going to say, tossing and turning in bed all night, trying to figure out how to phrase things right to evade. You're going to be very clear and direct. You're going to respect yourself. Other people will respect you. And life will change at that point. And you will not be lonely anymore. You cannot be a man if you don't talk like a man. You'll be stuck halfway. Man, woman, fake. Fake man. Juvenile man. Childish man. Fake. You are not fake. This approach is natural, your natural state, and it does get results. Men will respond. They will give you that friendship. They will honor you with that friendship. You will honor them with your friendship. That's what gets Gilgamesh and Enkidu, David and Jonathan, right? Beowulf and Brecca. They honored each other with their friendship because it was earned. Earn male friendship. Boost your status. Gain respect for yourself. And then maintain that respect and that friendship easily. Hey, you know what? This happened. I didn't like it. Can we fix it? Yeah, cool. Fixed. No drama. No falling apart. Fixed. No more loneliness, guys. Great friends. Wonderful friendships. Your bro saga starts here. Your saga of friendship starts here. Talk like a man. Make better friends. It's that simple. I am Adam Lane Smith, the direct and clear attachment specialist. And now that you know how to speak like a man, I'd like you to go back and watch my earlier video, How to Talk to a Woman, to learn how to directly speak through male communication about emotional intimacy. Because a male communication like this, masculine communication, can build incredible emotional intimacy with women when you use it this well. You have to understand how to meet them and communicate very clearly but gently. Okay? It's an amazing video, How to Talk to a Woman. Go back and watch it. All the wives and girlfriends who watch it rave about how it's incredible. It's the piece that's been missing in their relationship and how much they would love it if their partner did it. And how it would lead usually right into the bedroom. So go back and watch that video, you guys. Learn to speak like a man to properly speak to a woman. Get a great male friend and a great partner and have a good life. So do a friend a solid out there, guys. By the way, if you have some friends, if you know somebody who needs this video to get over their masculinity barriers, shoot them a link to this video. Okay? And I'm going to see you in that next one.